What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. In today's banger, we're going to be kind of talking about how to invest in yourself. And some of you may know how to do that. And if you do, then, good. This is something that maybe can add a little more perspective to yours. But if not, that's really what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys. One thing I just wanted to say about kind of investing in yourself. I feel like I've always been told, people that are successful typically invest in themselves, right? And I kind of think there's some truth to that. I do think that you need to invest in yourself if you want to be successful, like financially. But there's a famous quote, right? It goes along the lines of rich people are rich from spending no money, right? They typically are the people who are like the most conservative with their money, and that people are broke because they try to act rich and they try to buy stuff to look like they're rich. I would have to 100% agree with that, and I think that totally applies to this topic, because I think there's kind of a problem with a lot of people, even myself, honestly. I feel like everyone kind of does it that's not rich, but even then they still kind of do it. So there's this whole propaganda that these rich rappers and people, famous people, are driving all these nice things, and everyone wants to just look like them because they looked up to the image of that person, right? Whatever public image that was, that's what they look up to. So then they think that they need to emulate that into their own lifestyle and make it their own lifestyle. But what you don't really see behind all of that is that the people who came up and grinded but didn't say anything to anybody, they weren't showing it to anybody. And in a time now where we have social media, we are able to show off whatever we want. It tends to be, social media, we always post the best parts. So I don't want to touch too much on social media because y'all already know I have a blast with talking about that. But it's just something that I see a lot, even in myself. And I think that everyone should try to change that, because if someone wants to really be successful, you need to stop, let's say you're posting money. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't buy stuff just to look super cool. Yeah, if you're actually serious about trying to be financially successful, that is the last thing you want to do, okay? It doesn't matter if you have a really shitty car or, whatever, and let's say you want a Hellcat or a Corvette or something, or a Beamer. You want something nice that people are going to be like, oh my God, who is that? But the reality of it is that everyone who does that and that isn't actually rich is not going to be able to afford that lifestyle or that persona that they're putting on. And in fact, it gets you in a lot of trouble and will probably end up hurting you more in the end, because you get people that start surrounding themselves around you because they think that you're cool. And I'm gonna be honest, I did this. This is what actually happened to me. I tried to be super cool, thought I was slick, thought I could post whatever I wanted to make it look like it was mine. And people would congregate around me, and I brought in a lot of people because they were like, oh, this dude's cool, he's got it. But in reality, I didn't have shit. I didn't. I had maybe the attitude of someone like that, but I just had adapted that from other people, right? Or people that I saw and looked up to. But I think as growing into more of a man and just being more mature in general, more than most people, I think I realized that, I'm also able to say this to you guys, which is potentially everyone in the world, just anyone who wants to see this. I see it in myself so much that I got disgusted with it, and I was like, you know what? This led to heartbreak. This led to, people leaving from my inner circle. This led to maybe losing more money because I was trying to put money into making myself look better. But when you realize at the end of the day that kind of investing into yourself is not what I mean, okay? I don't mean go buy all the flashy shit. Don't do all that. Now, if it's someone who's selling you a course, right, and they buy all those things, that's their job. So that's the only way it's technically applicable. But you don't want to be someone like that. And I guess this kind of goes with my last video, to just be yourself. And don't focus so much on what people think of you, because if you're actually someone who wants to be successful, you really do need to spend time making money and just keeping it stacked. Keep stacking it. I have a friend who, he doesn't have that many friends, or he maybe a small group of 5 or 10, And even then, he's not like flexing his money. He never tells anyone how much he has. And I guarantee you that even though he may not have a career just yet, he's probably going to end up being pretty okay financially. So that being said, I've gotten into that more now. And I think, yes, although sometimes I do post stuff like that, or, just in general, like, it's not super important. Like, if you went to the store and thrifted an outfit for $50, but you make $1,000 a week or $2,000 a month, even at that minimum, you're still okay, especially if you're young and you're not paying bills or anything. But just personally, I think it's a lot better for everyone to just, well, at least for everyone who's trying to be financially sound and be good in the future, like set in the future. I think that for those people, that is one of your top things that, even if it's not for social media, even if you just buy super nice clothes just to wear out in public, like thinking that you're like Quan or something, or you know what I'm saying, whatever, just because like someone like him, he's got a lot of money because of what he does, and he's able to then wear those clothes, and that is kind of who he is. He is like a designer, not really too much of a designer, but more like he wears those clothes, and that's just kind of what he does, right? And that's where I'm saying that's okay. If you do that and it's like your job, you're making money from it, dude, go for it. But when you're not, it kind of begs the question of why are you even doing it, right? Because at the end of the day, you're just wasting money. Like, you may think, or you may get one person or like even 10 people to be like, oh, he's cool. But guess what? Odds are, out of the 10, maybe one of them's gonna follow you, or two of them might follow you. And then there's even a smaller chance that they even contact you and become like maybe even a friend, right? So at that point, it's just super redundant almost to be doing that kind of stuff, because there's no benefit to it except you make yourself feel better. And I understand, if you want to be confident, you want to look good, go for it. That's all you. But if your wardrobe isn't what you wear on a daily basis, quit wearing these random outfits to look super crazy good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, I digress about the clothes and all that. I struggle a lot with spending money, whether that's fast food, whether that's me going to like drive around spending gas. They all play a huge factor, especially food. Like that and gas, they will drain your pockets. So just a little advice for my generation, even the older generation. If you guys do this, I highly doubt it, but I know y'all are kind of like this with food. But when it comes to food, please just eat better. It's not even because I'm sitting here saying you gotta be healthy. Now, yes, is that the biggest benefit of it? Absolutely. But at the same time, that second tier is how much money are you spending? And if you're someone who eats out every single day, multiple times a day, or multiple times a week, that money's gonna go pretty quick. And I promise you it will, because I've done it multiple times. I probably spent a fourth of all my checks on food. So yeah, I just think that you guys need to maybe tone it back just a little bit. I try to do that myself. I'm already kind of not eating as much food, fast food wise, but yeah, make something at home. Just make something that is like, or go to the grocery store, because in the end, you're really investing in yourself. You're trying to make yourself healthy, okay? So go to the grocery store, get some good food, and I guarantee you'll save half the money. And then you will be also eating good in turn. So that's my little advice for food and all that kind of stuff, because I know a lot of people struggle with eating fast food, but I do have to tell you, it is the worst shit to put in your body. Please stop eating fast food. I'm gonna try to stop eating fast food. I've actually been trying to recently, but no excuses or anything, but I did just get a job where I'm working during all the eating hours. So sometimes it's either I don't eat and I don't gain weight to look, better and build more muscle, or I just have to bite the bullet and not eat the food, and then, I'm getting skinnier but healthier at the same time. So, there is a little bit of a mix in that, and you could be like, well, Noah, why don't you just go get some food? I'm working on it. We're gonna be good though. I just started this like a couple days ago, so waiting for that first check to roll in. We're gonna be making some good food. I'll probably upload a couple videos, maybe some shorts for y'all, just showing y'all what I make to help maybe you guys come up with some ideas and, be that inspiration to maybe what you guys could make, just in case you're feeling stuck and not creative enough to like figure your own kind of thing out. So when it comes to like buying just anything, I want y'all to really be like, okay, do I need this? Or more importantly, does this benefit me? Is it going to is it going to be me investing in myself? Like, am I going to get anything out of it? And if your answer is no, then don't buy it. And if you know that the outcome isn't even nothing, but it's negative, definitely don't do it, right? Like fast food, that's terrible. Don't do it, please. So, stuff like that. Tone it back. If you guys are trying to save money and, you know, make it big and you guys want to be successful, start learning how to save your money, but then also invest it, because that's what that saying doesn't tell you, is that you need to invest it, and that is probably the most important part. Yes, you can save money, but what good does it do you if you can't use that money to make you more money, right? And in a sense, money goes like this. Let's say you have 10 grand. You saved up 10 grand, and we'll say there's two scenarios. You buy a car, okay? It's a pretty mediocre car. You know the car market, it's not great. So 10 grand, you buy a decent, mediocre car. Well, that's gonna depreciate in value over time. So unless you do some crazy stuff to it, or it's an insanely rare car that you got for a steal, you're gonna be losing money. So, in turn, here's the other scenario. You have 10 grand, but you invest about 3 to 5 grand into, like, you know, maybe stocks or something, like literal investing. But then you also spend maybe the other 5 to go do what you want, as in like chase a dream. So for me, like what I would do with that extra 5 grand, I'd go buy myself a really nice camera, I'd get myself a microphone with it, and I'd probably just get a bunch of stuff for, you know, my channel. And then even then, you could even still get a different car. Like if you only spent 3 grand on the camera and you invested 5, then you still got 2 grand. Okay, go work a little bit more, save up, get a car. But at the end of the day, I think I'm picking this scenario over this one for sure. And I would hope that you guys do too, because it'd be pretty stupid to go buy a car, digress. Just make sure you guys always keep that in the back of your mind. Is this going to benefit me? Is this going to help me invest in myself? Is this going to make me something successful or give me a better positive outcome? But yeah, that's all I really got for you guys today. So sorry for the yap sesh, although it needed to be said. I kind of needed to hear it myself. So hopefully this was able to help you guys. And I know that a lot of people in my generation, I've personally heard a lot of stories about people that just struggle with it. So yeah, but anyways, love y'all to the moon and back. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you subscribe down there. Super helpful, helps out the channel, and I want to be able to reach as many people as possible and help out as many people as I can. And I did just get a comment last video that kind of just made me smile pretty big, because it was just something that I've been kind of waiting to see, and I saw something like that, and it's a different feeling, man. Like, I love being able to help you guys, and that's the whole reason I do this. That's 90% of it, at least. The other 10 is to help me. But yeah, so you know, your guys' comments are super helpful and very encouraging. But also, if you guys don't have like a good comment, or you guys have some like feedback that's maybe not positive that I should change, feel free. I'm always open to suggestions. I'm an open book. So if you guys have anything, don't be afraid if it's not maybe the best thing. Go ahead, drop it. But yeah, either way, drop a like if you did like the video. And this will be posted, yeah, y'all see this on Friday, but it's Wednesday. But anyways, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I love y'all, like I said. But yeah, peace out.